We right? Yes, sir. We most definitely right. Greetings all, and welcome back to another episode of What's a reborG podcast. I am that dude reborG, up here chilling. We talking football, so I had to put the Raiders joint on. This joint crispy. You hear that? We good up here. What up, Reese? You and that boy Saxwa. Ain't nothing going on, man. Just shooting shit off from work today. Got that co-pilot in the building, that Roscata. Yeah, that shit did. Mm-hmm. We got Ken, the visionary. Righteous hydration as usual. Got that water. I wonder if y'all ignorant asses be like, man, you got vodka in that damn thing. No, man, there ain't no vodka in there, man. All water. I was itching like shit. I didn't know. Paul, I ain't even gonna cap with you. I won't pay no attention. I was going on ESPN to load up the draft. I mean, yeah, had the draft loaded up so I can go through them picks later. And I saw the score. I was like, damn, man, that's a good series. Oh, well, shit. As usual, y'all, work is work. You know, I know how that go. Same old, same old. I was hoping I had off kind of like the day after the draft or whatever. I'm going to get to that, yo. I'm going to get to that, Chapo. I'm going to get to that. Because that's definitely something I was going to discuss for sure. Yeah, I fucked up the church's money. I'm sorry, y'all. I know it's a game going on. But some of y'all won't watch it no damn way. It don't matter. Let me see. We got to load up this damn picture and stuff. Playoffs. They in this next round, the conference semis. So let's go ahead and get that going. That discussion. All these rounds have ended. So don't you hear when you're looking up something and they give you exactly what you're not looking for? Like, why would I care about the draft? I mean, the NBA playoffs from so long ago. That John showed me 2017. Hey, come on, man, the playoffs been over with. What's going on, bro? All right, we're going to start off with the Miami Heat. Took care of the Hawks 4-1. Easy. Easy work. They had a good game plan because everybody knows Miami plays defense as a team. Everybody, they all locking up. Even the players on the bench going to be out there giving that effort. So they made it real difficult for Trey. It's possible he may have found a number 2 in DeAndre Hunter because he's playing well. He played well those last couple of games he came back. I think he was hurt like most of the year. So it made it kind of, difficult to get a groove and, him and Trey work out and stuff like that. I know the rest of y'all, they got to find something else over there. They got to find a coach that the players will actually listen to. Because I know Nate McMillan. Nate McMillan, come on now. They're not going to – I mean, this team was last in fast break points. And I want to say one game, 4? They didn't have any. And they got young boys, like athletic. Trey can run a little bit. Hunter can run. Capella can run. Collins, when he's there, he can run. Bogdanovich is all right. Gallo got enough in the tank where he can, he ain't got to run that far. He just running to the corners, picking 3-point spots, let that fly. So they should be better than they are as a team. And Trey is, it was the media. Most of this stuff that we don't like going on with like them hyping players up or hyping a team up is most of the media's fault. Because I'm going to get to another round where the media lost their minds over something and blew shit completely out of proportion. So maybe they'll get better. Miami gonna be Miami. They're gonna be the same team that they were when they was in the bubble, and they can do that now. I mean, Jimmy already showed in multiple franchises that you can put the team on his back and y'all can get a win. So I'm not surprised by whatever Miami does. Next one, we got the Sixers took out the Raptors. The Raptors ain't got no stars. A 4-2 game is cool. I didn't think it was going to go to game 7. Poor Embiid, man. He finally like really healthy. The legs is working all right. I think he's played the most games in the season that he's ever played. And man, he had scratched up in his eye and all that other shit. For those of you who have seen clips, Kareem didn't have bad vision. He wore goggles because people was fucking his face up. Because you could slap the shit out of people in the game back then, and all you can give was a regular foul. So Embiid, you may need some goggles going forward, because even though you do got a shot and you will play on the outside some, you still do work in the paint, and you get dirty on that block. So you might need to invest, brother. The Raptors, it may be a star and a nice role player away. Yeah, but Nick Nurse, good coaches up that team. They play hard. They play defense. I mean, a player or two could really change the fortunes over there. And Philly going to have to play Miami without Embiid. This shit going to be ugly, because Harden ain't going to be just a setup man like he's always been. He's been more of the dictionary or consummate point guard, setting people up, dishing and stuff like that, and getting buckets like when they really need it. Maxey, he's another bucket getter they can go to, but sometimes he roller coaster. One day he'll give you 28, the next day he'll give you 8. So, once they get some consistency, you could see him doing something, but not without Embiid. Nah. And they got bodies to throw in Embiid at Miami. A lot of teams in the East were loading up on bigs, just so they could, get as much help as they possibly can against Embiid. He is saucing. He is MVP candidate for a reason. But I think Miami might get him on that one. The Bucks took out the Bulls. I'm sorry, man. The Bucks were just more talented. Better coaching. They've been together for a while. They just won the chip. Giannis is out of this world right now. So even with Middleton leaving, you still got Holiday. He was able to pick up the scoring slack and still play decent defense. Grayson Allen's goofy ass had some good games. Connaughton came in. Portis when he came back. So they got that team, man, where you can't sleep on nobody for real, because somebody on that team outside of Giannis could hang 20 up on you and people won't be shocked for real. Listen, Wesley Matthews, he kind of fell off, bro. The Bulls, y'all just got to get healthy, add another shooter. Y'all, I don't know. Levine was talking like he going to test his free agency. So we don't know. They don't need Middleton, but it's good to have him. You don't want to go in there without all your cards in the deck. You want to make sure you got all of them. I mean, I know I can kill you with one bullet, but long live put the 16 in the clip. And Boston beat Brooklyn. Let's go ahead and get this shit out the way. Yes, KD had a bad series. Boston, they have been telling everybody all year how good of a team Boston has been defensively. Why are people shocked when they actually do it? It's not no surprise. They've been giving fits to a lot of players since they decided to get their shit together after criminal. So I'm not surprised. Now, I am surprised on how bad it was. Like, homie was getting 14, 17 points. He shot like stir-fried shit. And he had 38 in the last game, but he had to put up 30 shots to get it. So now this does not tarnish his legacy. And this is back to the media, because they bringing that dumb shit up. Now, this is not tarnishes legacy. All right. It just puts it in a perspective. Yes, he is one of the best scorers I've ever seen in this league. But is he the one? Nah, I can't. I'm not even going, if somebody else who's younger and didn't watch scores from the 90s or the early 2000s, if you see somebody else, somebody may think Iverson's better, or T-Mac or Kobe or Harden with his run. But, if somebody does say they fucking, I ain't got no problem with that. Now, he ain't in the top 5. When you top 5 all time, because they was putting him up there. And I mean, if he would have did his thing and marched through this, did what they thought he was gonna do. Because remember, after they won the play-in game, I know Chris Broussard was definitely one of the media members that was saying that they got a chance to win the chip. and he was picking them to win the chip. I was like, hold up, bro. Hold up, bro. They got to play like a team. Them playing teams don't really be all that, man. You'll get one, you know, they want to do their thing, and the other one is just gonna roll the fuck over. Nothing. But they don't take nothing away from them. Boston got a good team. It was good to see Tatum take the next step. Now, me and the homie Reese was talking about this last week. We need him to do this series too, because that's his only problem. He ain't been consistent. We haven't been able to trust in him like we, you know, as far as taking the next step. Okay, you're supposed to be one of the Mamba kids. Okay, you got to go ahead and take that next step. Because Book taking that step, Giannis taking that step, B.I. is taking that step. We need that from you too, and just on a consistent basis, because it ain't. We'll never say you can't hoop. So, but them versus Boston is probably. I couldn't even tell you right now. I bet you the score is close. I can guarantee you that shit. I know the score is close right now between them two. I know that. I can't pick no horse between the Celtics and the Bucks. They both get hoop. Now on the west side of things, Phoenix took out the Pelicans 4-2. The Pelicans look like a team that's going to be getting on people's nerves next year if Fat Boy come back, or, you know, they use big man to go get some other pieces. I think this is going to be a team. They got a nice young coach, and once you give them the talent, you saw what Monty Williams is doing. Watching the Pelicans is like watching Phoenix before. Like, you didn't know, like, you saw all the talent and shit like that, but when Chris Paul got there and he started winning, you was like, oh, this does make sense. Okay, so the Pelicans look like they could do the exact same shit in a year or two. But shout out to Phoenix, man. They were hooping. Shout out to Bridges. Not only does he play every game, because he played all the games this season, he gives you major minutes still. Like, and he don't be looking tired or nothing. What's the dude workout program? Because Mikal Bridges is killing it. That nigga Chris Paul went 14 for 14. Man, he was out there hooping. Like, he's a top 5 PG. Like, I can't argue that. He may not be in mine that, you know, once I crawl through the list and stuff like that. But if you got him as your favorite point guard, you ain't gonna get no argument. Not at all. That 14 for 14 was like that. And Dallas beat the Jazz. I didn't know this was Luka's first playoff series win. I never knew. I thought he had won a series already. But he came through, did his thing. Brunson, since being put in the starting lineup, damn near the middle of the season, you know, right before the middle of the season, he been hooping. He just treating it just, you know, I got the skill set. My pops was like a 10-year vet in the league. I know what the hell I'm doing. They got Hardaway Jr. back. Dinwiddie, even though he's not shooting well, my contacts are really messing with me right now. Even though he wasn't shooting as well, he was still missing intangibles, giving off a nice pass, making the movement, you know, being harassing on defense. He did his thing. The Jazz stink. Blow it up. I've even told my homeboy, Smoking Joe, a.k.a. Black Man, the same thing I told y'all on the podcast. Just move the team to Seattle in the middle of the night. Because, I mean, first of all, nobody's going to want to trade with you to give you picks. You don't have players that could give you a top 3 pick right now. Like maybe Donovan Mitchell, but, I mean, Donovan Mitchell could get you a top 10 pick, but the cover going to be buried. You're going to need more than that one. You're going to have to grab 2 top 10 picks from 2 different teams in a 3-team trade or something. So, because ain't no free agents going there. Ain't no way in hell. There's no white boy that's good enough that Utah could bring in and help with that crowd. Stink, blow it up. I don't know what the hell y'all going to be doing. They go Pops in here wilding about his new favorite player. The Warriors beat the Nuggets. The Nuggets, man, shout out to, man, this is why. This is why I give Jokic the MVP. He's trying hard. Because Aaron Gordon didn't do shit. He only scored more than 20 points one time that whole series. In the closeout game, he had 15 points in the first half. 0 in the second. The fuck is going on, man? Like, dude, help. All right. That's what they brought you here for, man. You could be the 16 to 20 point scorer that they need that can fill in the gap if Murray and Porter come back. But until they do, man, go get these buckets. And you are disappointing me, man. I thought we were gonna have a bigger Sean Marion because he taller, he cut up and stuff like that. But he's just as athletic as Matrix. We saw the amazing stuff he did in the dunk contest. We watched him in Arizona. Some of us watched the Baller's Life mixtapes. We know what this dude is capable of. He just don't do it. We gonna put you in the Rudy Gay pile. Get your ass in there, Jokic. You better get the hell out of there. Better go to San Antonio or something. Popovich make other players work. I'm telling you, man, it's gonna be all right. But and Golden State just proving that that sauce. Curry came in and went off all three, and they changed the course. And Curry is doing his thing. He got the bench playing. The bench be hyped. They can't wait to get in the game and do something. You could tell when you see him buy Litza and sometimes Porter and Gary Payton, the young glove, and Kuminga. When them dudes get in, they looking to do something, But y'all getting back into the fold, man. And I know Draymond can play defense, but man, if y'all don't get his ass off Jokic, man, he was down there getting abused. And then Memphis took out Minnesota. I'm with Charles Barkley. Minnesota might be one of the dumbest teams I think I've ever seen in a long time. To be in the playoffs and be that bad, it don't make no sense. And when people say, well, they had a chance to win, no, you got a chance to win if you up in the final seconds, somebody throw a Hail Mary 3, they hit the joint and you get beat, you had a chance. The fourth quarter means something. That's why it's there, okay? All right? That's why the Brooklyn games was close. They were supposed to, but it's the fourth quarter, and you have to play that. It's a part of the game. It's the rules. They've been doing it the whole time. You have to hoop, all right? You just can't be up in the third quarter, and that's it. Hell no. And Minnesota better do something because Ant-Man already see the writing on the wall, and from the feeling I get from who he is, he will get the fuck out of there. He ain't got no problem telling the team, I'm on out. He don't have a problem telling the media, social media, I'm gone. Get me the hell out of here. You ain't gonna do me like Garnett. In Memphis, they show that scrappy, never say die, young, energetic, that, we just don't give a fuck. We coming in here. We don't care what it used to be. This what it is now, bro. Hands down, man. No cap, man. We in here, bro. Young boys in here. Ja hitting the gritty on them boys and hitting the gritty on them boys. He out there getting it, man. He got the football player Bane out there off all three. And that's the crazy part. Bane can hit you from three. Bruce can hit you with three. Tyus Jones will come out there and hit you. Kyle Anderson, slow ass, may even hit you. Zaire Williams, young boy, might hit a shot or two. Shit, Jaren Jackson with the shot. He looked like he throwing something at the top of the shelf when he shoot his 3-pointers. He underperforming too. You getting ready to go in the Rudy Gay pile too, Jaren Jackson Jr. Because you act like you don't know how to keep from fouling, and Brandon Clark gonna fuck around and take that spot because they could save the money signing him long term and get a nice signing trade for you. Because it's a sucker born in the league every year. So they can easily trade you off to Indiana, go get Miles Turner, and make their team even better. Not that far out the question. But shout out to Memphis, man. They're going to go up against Golden State. And this is the young boys versus the old guard, yo. Man, can't wait. And Dallas versus Phoenix, I'm going to be honest. I don't see Dallas coming out, bro. I don't. Bridges going to give Luka hell, and that hell to the point where he going to have like 8 points or nothing like that. He going to work for these 30. He going to get the 30, but he going to work for it. Excuse me. Chris Paul going to show Brunson, this is what you're going to be later on, but since you ain't there yet, let me give you a little preview of this right quick. The bigs can't fuck with Ayton. I'm sorry. Nah, they not fucking with Ayton. If they want Ayton to be a part of this, he gonna be a part of this. Yeah. And Monty Williams just on one. With that, what else happened in sports before I get to this Drid-Av? I watched the Shakur Stevenson fight. I think he fought Oscar Valdez yesterday. Both were undefeated. Valdez is pretty good, classic Mexican fighter. fist in front of your face, walking forward. And he walked into all them punches. All this was red. Like he swelled this up, cut him under here, swelled all this up. Like, yeah, he was just Stevenson with his athleticism and his speed. He just hitting him. When he was coming in for them looping punches, he was already moving out the way. It was smooth. It wasn't a superstar fight because it wasn't the type of fight that a casual will watch and become a fan. It was kind of like that old Floyd. I'm just going to hit you. You're not going to hit me. It's going to be a clear win. And that's it. Now, boxing fan like myself, yeah, you can see you doing your thing. But I also want to see you fight some better people. I'm tired of seeing these fighters calling out big names, knowing damn well that them sorry-ass promoters, Bob Arum, I'm looking at you, you sorry son of a bitch. The way you done, the way you gonna have it, just like the Mayweather Pacquiao shit. Yeah, they fought, but this shit was all gone before then, man. Pacquiao had already got his ass whooped by Marquez. He already knocked him out by then, so he lost his air of invincibility, man. What you waiting on, Spence or Crawford to lose? So the fight don't mean nothing. I mean, you still gonna get the money, but not as much as you do it right now, man. Hurry up. Stevenson calling up Devin Haney, man. You're a little dude, man. You ain't ready for that. Not yet. You're going to need a couple of years, bro. And I guess everybody talked people in, man. All the fighters was at the fight. Canelo was there. I don't know. I barely see Canelo in public for real. Canelo was in the house. Crawford was in the house. There was a couple dudes. Yeah, there was a lot of boxers in there. Winky Wright was in there. He looked old as shit now. Damn, Winky Wright. He fucked around and got old, bro. And, man, wow. But I'm looking forward to this Canelo Bivol fight next week. Because from the fights I've seen, Bivol don't look like no pushover. He look like he gonna give him a good fight. It look like he not gonna get his ass kicked. Even though it's very possible, because Canelo was he pound for pound king right now, pound for pound. The pound for pound king, man. Anything else go down for the go downs? The Saints is trying to put their coins together to try to get the Honey Badger. As long as y'all take his ass out the AFC West, you cool with me. Well, let's go ahead, man, and get into this draft. First things first, the whole process now is ass. The spectacle. I know. It's been 2 years. They finally letting people back outside. Everybody was happy to be out there. I like how everybody had a different section of fandom they could be at, like near the stage. Because before, the draft used to be the stage, and then the whole floor was filled with teams taking the calls from the front office to, bring up the pick. Now, you may not need them to bring up the pick no more, but you can still keep that area there. But you can keep the fans up in the front like you got it now. We don't need all that much. Now, the spectacle is trash. Yeah, Chris Angel was out there like, nigga, a magician? Who gives a shit? Like, they already had too many people when they introduced the draft, and Derek Carr and Waller came out. I was like, this going to be cool, represent, for the squad and stuff like that. And Marcus Allen. I was like, hold up, man. We don't need all that. Get Carr, a current Raider, and Allen, an all-time Raider. Let them come up there. Let both of them say something real quick, and then just start the draft. They brought Ice Cube out the crowd. Man, he is not the Raiders ambassador, man. I don't care what nobody say. Be a fan all day, but the Raiders ambassador is the big motherfucker that be wearing the Legion of Doom shoulder pads at every game, man. Like, that's who the ambassador is, man. I don't give a fuck what Ice Cube talking about. He not one of them fans, man. I ain't see his ass at that many games, no way. All them spectacles and stuff. Now, I can understand you bringing out the Make-A-Wish kid. That was cool. And I'm going to get to him with the pick. And with the first pick, the Jaguars picked Trayvon Walker. Man. One issue that the Jaguars have is that the owner, he got too much going on. He got too much as far as his businesses and trying to keep this bag flowing and stuff like that. I don't think he's really concerned with the team. And he's letting GM make all the decisions. No offense to Trayvon Walker, but nobody who got 7 sacks in one season that played on the defensive line should be a number one pick. I'm not even gonna cap with you. Just not it. When I look at Trayvon Walker, I look at somebody who has what I call USC disease or Miami disease, whatever you want to call it. It's when you play on a dominant ass team, but when you go to the league, the standards are different. Everybody not playing hard, and you don't have the same amount of talent that you got to help. So you know what I'm saying? Because Trayvon Walker had Jordan Davis in the middle and Wyatt in the middle, two other gentlemen who went in the first round. So it wasn't like he was, performing with a lack of talent around him. No, he didn't pull off shit like Khalil Mack and DeMarcus Ware. They played at lower level schools, and they got them. And they was out there terrorizing quarterbacks. So I ain't with it. The Jaguars. This is another bad one, brother. Another bad one. I ain't with it. Next was Detroit, Aiden Hutchinson, easy pick. Might as well get that defense going because I don't know no defenders outside of like Jeffrey Okudah, and he keep getting hurt. So way to bring somebody, the fans gonna be into it because he is one of them white boys. But he can ball, and I think he may be all right. Now, the stench of a bad franchise is also something that could bring a player down. And let's just hope he doesn't go through this go through this misfortune. Next pick, the Texas pick Daryl Stingler Jr. I like Daryl Stingler Jr. When I saw he was the number one player for Rivals.com in his class, I was taken aback because cornerbacks don't get ranked that. They don't get to be the one. Offensive lineman, defensive lineman, quarterbacks, maybe a wide receiver or two. But, and a running back every now and again. There's got to be real, real special. The only two number ones I saw was Najee Harris and Adrian Peterson. Those were the two I saw. But everybody else, that's a little different. Yeah, that's a little different. So, and I saw him. He was talented. He did his thing freshman year for LSU. Of course, he was practicing against two great up-and-coming wide receivers in the league, in Jefferson and Chase. So I like it, not the third pick. I don't think corner, unless you really like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, nothing against Stingler. I think he was good. I think he's healthy. He's probably the best corner in this draft. But I don't see prime. I don't see Charles Woodson. I don't, Revis went later in the draft. Sherman was much later in the draft. Ramsey was top 5, so it's close. But and he ain't do shit the last 2 years, so it's kind of sketchy. Good ass player. I'll take him on my team, just not as the top 5 pick. And right behind him, who was this? The Jets pick Sauce Gardner. I feel the same way. Another good corner. Gonna help out the team. Robert Saleh, good defensive mind in the league. So I think that'll work out, but I ain't picking him this time. I need something like some concrete. Especially with the rule changes and stuff like that. You can't touch wide receivers like that. And yeah, that's a little too much. At 5th, the Giants picked Kayvon Thibodeau, who had a great moment with the Make-A-Wish kid that announced the pick. First off, he gave the no fingerprints with Goodell, the E40 shit. And then he hugged the little dude from the Make-A-Wish. That was cool. Kayvon Thibodeau has one of those problems where when you're good and you're hyped for so long, people have watched you so much, they just nitpick at your game. Because there's nothing you can tell me outside of they kept saying he has other interests. So he's a human being, okay? It's not like he don't love football. He went out there and played each time, put out better numbers than Trayvon Walker. And he was more consistent. You know what I'm saying? Like he's been starting and putting up decent numbers since he got there as a true freshman. So I don't know. I thought y'all was I think y'all just nitpicking because he's got other interests. So does Magic Johnson, Hall of Famer businessman. Go figure. We know football players got other interests. We see them. They got their own podcast now. They doing their thing. You trying to tell me Deion Sanders ain't had no other interests? Like, cut it out, man. We know Tom Terrific got different interests. He got them, and people don't question his game at all. And I'm not saying dude gonna be like Tom Brady or nothing like that. But I'm just saying in the sense of we know Tom Brady's other interests. He's getting ready to be on TNT in a week or two playing golf against other NFL players. So, but y'all don't say his head's not in the game. When he loses, people don't say, well, if he focused just on football, y'all don't give him that shit. So, tighten up, shut the fuck up, and stop nitpicking, man. I like Kayvon, man. I think he's going to be all right. And the Giants' defensive line is decent anyway. Dexter Lawrence and Leonard Williams. I think he might be all right. Next at 6, the Panthers pick Iquanu, the tackle out of NC State. I like homie, man. That's another one, different interest in the chess, was on the track team and stuff like that. I think he'll be all right because he played hard for a team that weren't really that good. When you blocking that well and your quarterback's still going to be ass, that shows me a little something. Because that's exactly what he's getting ready to get into. Fucking around in Carolina. That quarterback situation is ass. But at least you helping out, at least he ain't got to worry about getting hit. The next pick, the Giants went with Evan Neal, whether we, because they didn't sign Daniel Jones' extension. So whether it be Jones or whoever they bring in, they're going to have a lineman who's, talented and versatile enough to play guard or tackle or anything else. So I think this one will be one of them decent picks. I think he'll be one of those 8 years in the league, 8-9 years starting in the league. You know what I'm saying? Probably get slept on. Probably, when he signed a big deal to a bigger team. Yeah, one of them types. Next at 8, the Falcons picked Drake London, wide receiver out of USC. Who gonna throw him the ball? This is trash, man. This is just as bad as that Keyshawn Johnson pick. Remember when Keyshawn went first overall, man? And we didn't know who the quarterback was gonna be like. I like shout out to Keyshawn for making a wide receiver number 1 overall, but who gonna be throwing you the ball, bro? Like, look how pitch just gonna be running routes for nothing, man. Next pick, Seattle picked Charles Cross, the offensive tackle out of Mississippi State. They threw the ball a lot, so he proved Falcons something to do that. Yeah, man, that's a weird ass pick, man. To pick a wide receiver, you know what I'm saying? Because like, if the quarterback ass, he might not ever see the ball. So at least with a lineman, you can see if he'll block. If he blocking for an ass quarterback, a good one will be no problem. He could really take advantage of this. But a wide receiver, yeah, I like Cross to Seattle because that's the reverse. You pick a lineman, you ain't got no quarterback. At least he gonna have some protection. Next, the Jets pick Garrett Wilson. Nice speed, route running receiver out of Ohio State. This works out. Because Corey Davis had a decent year, and I forgot what wide receiver they're bringing in through free agency. Excuse me. I think this would be cool for Lil Zach. Lil Zach Wilson going to be all right. Yeah. They got sauce because, for Salah, somebody on your defense, but let us go ahead and get us a pick too. I ain't mad at that. Olave went number 11 to the Saints. That's a good pickup because that's stretch the field, make people play over the top, leave your mid routes open and stuff like that, even for Jameis. And, with Jameis having a strong-ass arm, he just, hey. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jameis got a cannon, Olave got speed. Hey, make it work. Next, we have the Lions pick Jamison Williams. Is another good pick. You got Penei Sewell, who played pretty good last year. Goff, he ain't going to lead you to no bowl when he ain't the bottom of the barrel ass. He'll be okay because, he got some weapons now. Maybe Jamison is already working out like full scale on the field running routes, and he just got hurt in January, so he may fuck around and play like early in the season. So, that's a good-ass pick, and he's one of those wide receivers who is not only fast, he can run a route. Yeah, so he definitely got a dangerous package, and you put him in Amon-Ra St. Brown, they got a good nice little startup for the next quarterback that's coming in. Next, Philly grabbed Jordan Davis, defensive tackle out of Georgia, and a mammoth human being, man. 6'6", 340. Him and Big Fletch on the inside. They're gonna be giving these interior linemen the blues. Because I'm telling you right now, under Big Fletch, he's not gonna be lazy. He's not gonna allow it. He's gonna make him work. They're gonna be a terror in there. I can tell you right now. Howie Roseman be doing this thing, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That's a good pickup, bro. At 14, the Ravens pick Kyle Hamilton. I'm going to continue to say this every draft year. Since their inception in 94, 95, the Ravens always pick well. Always. The only ass pick I've seen them have was Kyle Bowler out of this whole time. And this is like, because Ray Lewis fell to the 20s, Ed Reed fell to the 20s, like Palomalu fell to 16. Like, I mean, I'm not saying that, goes into another thing. Sometimes players are just as good as they are. I still don't know how Ed Reed fell to the 20s. I don't. What was it, undersized? Some other bullshit? I know that's what they said about Ray Lewis, but that's why I put Palomalu in there too, to not try to make it seem like a Miami homer thing. Like, stop letting it happen. And it always happens for Baltimore. Kyle Hamilton, talent-wise, was already considered one of the top 5 players in the draft. So, no offense to defensive ends and pass rushers and all that stuff, but I'm going to always hammer this. I'm going to always put this out there, y'all. I want the ball. Getting the quarterback sack is cool, but if I can get that peel, that's what I want. Here we get my offense back on the field so we can get these buckets so we can beat your ass. All right, so Kyle Hamilton, he already got Bobby Humphrey, Marcus Peters on the outside. He could play over the top. He could play in the box. Hey, it's a Ravens pick. He fits. He could work. It's a surprise if he don't. The next, at 15, the Texans picked Kenyon Green, a guard. So, just to help bolster your line, got to help. I wouldn't pick a guard this high, but I could understand it. They ask. They need help everywhere, so he helps. 16, the Commanders pick. I thought I was going to fuck that up and say the other name. Fire Daniel Snyder. But the Commanders picked Jahan Dotson, a nice, speedy slot receiver who will take a little bit of the pressure off the homie McLaurin if they plan on keeping him. He want a new deal. And can also, put the burners on to get them trash bags up there. You know what I'm saying? You never know when you got to dump somebody off. The next one, the Chargers pick Zion Johnson, a guard from Boston College. This is another good pick. If they can get some consistent play on their offensive line, the Chargers will definitely be a problem in this fucking gauntlet of a division. Next is Tennessee. I think they traded this for somebody. I don't know. I can't remember the trades. They picked Traylon Burks because they traded A.J. Brown to Philly. Howie Roseman. That's a good pickup. He ain't gonna have to be the man, so he's not gonna be getting the bulk of the targets. With Devontae Smith, he's gonna be sharing them. So that's a nice little look. Like I said, Philly tried because Jalen Reagor and stuff like that. They tried to bolster through the draft. When it didn't work, let's trade and let's go ahead. But Tennessee, I guess they figured, Traylon Burke, very versatile type dude, 6'2", 220, with some speed. You can put him in some jet sweeps and use him like Debo for real. And he should be all right. Y'all just got to worry about keeping Tannehill upright, and y'all will be cool. Next, the Saints pick Trevor Penning, tackle out of Northern Iowa. This is another giant human being. I want to say he's 6'8", 340 or something like that. Go ahead and shore up. Like, the Saints pick pretty well. They know they have a defensive coach and Dennis Allen. So he's like, it really don't matter. You can give me like picks 4 through 7, and I'll work with them. Y'all take the first 3 to help this offense because we're going to need some buckets. And then, with Olave and this tackle, If it works with Jameis Winston, hey, we win. If it don't, we bring somebody else in. I'm just glad Taysom Hill is now considered a running back, and we don't have to worry about them stupid ass quarterback bullshit. The next pick was Kenny Pickett, quarterback from Pitt, who went to the Steelers. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Malik Willis is more talented than this dude. More arm talent, more athletic, all that shit. Y'all just don't feel like doing the work. This is another stupid ass case. Now I can understand quarterbacks not getting taken because this ain't a good quarterback class. I ain't gonna lie. The only one I thought was worthy of the first round was Willis. Kenny Pickett was cool, but the ACC was ass. He definitely didn't play the same comp. It took him 5 years to get to this point. So I hope it works out, because I only hope it works out because Mike Tomlin is the coach. Support your local black coach like you support your local black quarterback. They black, we black, they all local. So that's the only hope. Because if it won't him there, man, I ain't worried about Kenny Pickett. Next, the Chiefs went defense and grabbed Trent McDuffie from Washington. This is a good ass pick. Spagnuolo gonna like this. If he can show the talent, be able to be that one-on-one cover guy like he was at Washington, it could free up Spagnuolo to do a whole lot more stuff. 22, the Packers went Quay Walker, a linebacker from Georgia. Nah. So you won't gonna get a wide receiver this time, huh? You won't gonna trade up and get him. You won't gonna trade back and wait and get more than one. Nah, it don't matter. Y'all don't give a fuck. That's why A-Rod took the money on y'all ass, because he already knew y'all was gonna pull some trash ass moves like this. He smelled what the Rock was cooking. He said, Devontae, get out of here and go make you some money, bro. They not gonna bring the help. So I'm gonna just get every penny I can, because I've been trying and they ain't been bringing shit. So Quay Walker, who is a good linebacker, he not gonna help the Chiefs get over that hump of Tampa Bay or the Rams or anybody else. Man, come on, man. Kyer Elam went the next pick from the cornerback from Florida to Buffalo. This helps. Nice young boy. You can put in the slot. He won't have to take on number ones because Tre'Davious White does that. He gonna be all right. You got Micah Hyde with you, looking out for you. Buffalo already got a good defense. Putting him here is insurance, so they don't get burnt like they did in the playoffs. The next pick, Dallas picked Tyler Smith, a tackle out of Tulsa. That ain't the wave, bro. I ain't gonna lie, man. 16 penalties in 12 games, man. And what was it? 12 of them was holding. This dude ain't it, bro. I'm telling you right now, this dude ain't it. I'd rather take somebody, give me somebody who got the skill. Somebody who already got the talent. This dude look like he ain't ready. And he played at Tulsa. So it wasn't like he was going against Georgia every week. Y'all put that boy out there right tackle. Chase Young gonna fuck y'all up. I'm gonna just let you know that right now. Kayvon Thibodeau gonna fuck around and be a star if this is who you putting in front of him during this game, man. Hey, stop bullshitting, man. All right, Derek Barnett, Fletcher Cox, Jordan Davis, whoever else at the defensive end at Philly, man. Yo, man, y'all asking for it, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all didn't decide to get lit the center. Y'all didn't, man. I don't know what the hell y'all doing, bro. The next pick was the Ravens. Picking well again. Pick Tyler Lindenbaum from Iowa. He may not be a first team All-Pro, but Iowa will give you a 10-year offensive lineman. That's exactly what the hell he is. The next pick, the Jets. They said, "Hey, man, we like the Wilson pick so much. Solid. We'll give you another defensive player." And they grabbed Jermaine Johnson out of Florida State. If y'all remember, he was on the Independence season of Last Chance U. And the only reason he left Georgia, because Georgia has they rotate their defensive players, especially in the front seven. They rotate the hell out of them. So he won't gonna get as many snaps. He went to Florida State, got all the burn, and he killed it. I want to say he was the first team All-American. I know he was ACC Defensive Player of the Year. So that boy was balling, man. So Robert Saleh, man, the Jets. I mean, they made some solid picks. Don't know what this will do on the field because y'all, this is purgatory and you boys have been asked for a while. So we shall see. But hey, man, if Cleveland can get decent, anybody can get decent. And after that, The Jaguars picked Devin Lloyd, a linebacker from Utah. Pretty good, but this is Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence needs some help, bro. I know you grabbed Christian Kirk and stuff like that, but he's not going to change the whole fortune of this job, man. You got to do something. Trade up and go get one of them receivers from earlier. You got George Pickens and the boy from North Dakota State out there. So you have it all. You got other options. Yeah, I think this is a crash and burn, brother. And next, Devontae West, Georgia, went to Green Bay. Devontae West, he's pretty good. And on a different team, this will look sauce. But for Green Bay, you just fucked the offense, huh? Next, guard from Chattanooga, Cole Strain, went to the Patriots. I don't know nothing about dude, so I'm going to just trust it because it's the homie Bill Belichick. So I'm going to just leave it to homie, man. I don't know him. Next, the Chiefs picked up George Karlaftis, the defensive end out of Purdue. Nice little defensive end pickup for Spagnuolo, for Chris Jones and stuff like that. I think, yeah, he can make some noise because you're going to have opportunities with the AFC West doing all this damn passing this year. So you're going to be able to prove yourself. The Bengals picked up what was his name? Daxton Hill from Michigan. Very nice, rangy safety who can also come up and cover in the slot if need be. Safety is a very undervalued position, man. People don't be giving a damn. You figure safety like Jesse Bates from Cincinnati got picks in the Super Bowl and in the very key interception. So they're important. And the fact you let one fall like this, and some of y'all got some ass defenses out here, and y'all just gonna let it go down like that, you're gonna fuck around and let Cincinnati be good. They're gonna be a problem. And the last pick was Lewis Cian from a safety from Georgia. This is another. I think he's gonna have USC disease. I don't see him being that good. And who gives a fuck? As long as Minnesota keeps believing their Cousins at that spot, them niggas gonna be ass. So do yourself a favor, Dalvin Cook. Get out of there, bro. Get out. There's a lot of other teams you could go to, bro, and save yourself the trouble, my G. For real. You can go to San Francisco. They got a nice stretch run game, yo. That shit crazy, man. Somebody like you, get funky as old collard greens in there, bro. I'm telling you, do yourself a favor. Now, I'm not the type to give no grades on the draft because I'm going to tell you if you made a good pick or not. we got to wait till they get out here and watch it play. Like, this shit is trash. Like, to give grades and to have put all this emphasis on mock drafts and stuff like that and the combine, this shit is not. It's not that important. They put too much into it. Everybody, if you're old enough to remember Mike Mamula from the Eagles, sorry, Poe, he went out and trained strictly for the combine and had top 5 numbers at his position for the whole combine and ended up in the top 10. And he ended up being very pedestrian. Just a regular dude. All right. He played for a little bit because he was decent, but not for the pick he was and not for the hype he got. That's one of them wild ass draft stories. Anybody remember the Ricky Williams debacle? Matter of fact, you know what I know the sad part was? So Ricky Williams, if anybody know the running back from the Saints, Dolphins, Ravens, he got suspended a couple of times for blowing that weed. Heisman Trophy winner at Texas. Let's give him that. When it was his turn in the draft, the Saints traded all of their draft picks. I can't even remember who. Traded all of their draft picks so they can move up to the 5th spot and draft Ricky Williams. And from there, I knew it was going to be a shit show, and it was. They was trash. Mike Dicker was out here wearing dreadlock wigs. They put him on the cover of ESPN magazine with Ricky Williams in a goddamn dress. Like, it was just it didn't make no sense. So, and they was trash afterwards too. Yep. It won't until he went to the Dolphins where, because he had some decent years, 1,000-yard rusher and stuff like that. Oh, okay. Appreciate that. See, that's Pops looking out, man. That's what I'm talking about. Good looking. Giannis out there fucking them up, huh? But that Ricky Williams jump was crazy, man. It ain't make no damn sense. That's just another one of the wild ones that be going on. Let's not forget the Raiders picked the kicker in the first round, Sebastian Janikowski. Now, granted, he played damn near 20 years with us, but man, you don't pick no kicker in the first round, man. Come on, bro. That's what made me so glad that we didn't have a first round pick. Because I've been watching my team fuck up this draft thing since its inception. I've only liked the draft picks. I like Khalil Mack. I like the Woodson pick. I like the Jamarcus Russell pick until training camp when them stories came up about how much he was fucking up, and I said, man, we didn't got fleeced. I like the Nambi pick because I had seen a couple of Cal games, and I like that pick. I ain't gonna lie, I like the Carr pick for it being the second round, but I'm just trying to speak on first rounders. Yeah, it ain't been a whole lot to be hyped about as far as the draft goes. So, but it's some other junk, and I have to tell y'all this story because it is draft time, and this is one of the funniest stories I've ever been a part of in my life. So it's something that comes up every draft year. So it's 2003 NFL draft. All the media is talking about what's going to happen with Eli because Eli said, told the Chargers, I'm not playing with y'all. My dad's Archie Manning. He went through a horrible situation with the Saints. They didn't add shit. He was still making the Pro Bowl with these horrible ass lineups, and he will not let his son go through the same thing. So they said, he told him, I'm not playing. And that has worked. It worked for Elway, and it worked for Steve Francis. So, I mean, hey, if you know what's up, you know what's up. So as we're sitting there waiting on the draft, the picks haven't been made yet. It's all talk and stuff like that. I met my friend Oak Cree. We just chilling watching the game or whatever. His pops busts through the door, walks into the room we watching TV and say, who the fuck the Cowboys pick? Mind you, it ain't been no picks yet. So that jump was, man, we was weak. That jump was instant too. I said, what? Like, he just bust through the door on some gauges. Who the fuck the Cowboys pick? Oh, this was 2004. I'm sorry. It was the 2004 draft. Okay. All right. Gotta get my shit right. So who the fuck the Cowboys pick? Matter of fact, I gotta look and see who the fuck did they pick. Maybe he asked at the beginning of the draft. How far down the line with Dallas picking, bro? Dallas ain't had no pick. Hold up, man. I know I ain't tripping. Man, I never knew this, man. He said, who the fuck the Cowboys pick? Cowboys ain't had no first round pick in 2004. Hold up, man. I got to check again, man. I got to check. Pats, Niners. Man, hold up, man. Yo, bro, they ain't had no. Did they trade that motherfucker or something, man? Hold up, man. All right. Dallas traded out of the first. Buffalo traded with Dallas out of the first round to pick J.P. Lousman. Oh, that's what y'all get for doing what y'all did to Flutie Flakes. You little sorry sons of bitches. Rob Johnson should have never got back on that field. But Dallas had the 26. So even if they did have a pick, nobody picked, man. We don't know who the fuck the Cowboys picked. But and matter of fact, that was the Robert Gallery draft, and I was like, "Are you sure?" I don't see it. Now, granted, Robert Gallery played like 10 years in the league and gave some good years to Seattle once he got moved to guard. But I'm gonna be honest, bro. I did not see. I didn't see no game-changing dude for real. All right. And the fact that we had all these the fact that there was so many Pro Bowl players in that draft. Now, me personally, because I was a homer at the time and because he was good, I wanted Sean Taylor. I ain't gonna lie. If the Raiders didn't pick Sean Taylor, I would have liked Larry Fitzgerald. Excuse me. But the crazy thing is, somebody had this conversation in the Discord. So there's a difference between saying who you think is the greatest and your favorite. Okay? And so if you ask me about basketball, I say the greatest player is Michael Jordan. My favorite player is Kevin Garnett. Y'all see what I'm saying? So this dude in the Discord tried to tell me Peter Warrick was the greatest. One of? Yeah, Peter Warrick was that dude. He was saucing. He was doing this thing. But do I pick him before Randy? And this is college. I'm not picking him before Randy Moss. I'm not picking him before Larry Fitzgerald. Larry Fitzgerald was so good. Pitt was ass everywhere else. They were just throwing the ball in the air, and Larry Fitzgerald was coming down with that motherfucker every time. Same thing with Calvin. That's one thing I got. Calvin Johnson. I got to give Lane Kiffin credit on that, because he talked to Jamarcus Russell. We didn't, so I didn't know. We didn't know his head was going to be. He was saying all the right things on TV, but apparently he was fucking up in them interviews. And Lane Kiffin told Al Davis, "We need to draft Calvin Johnson. We don't need to get Jamarcus Russell." I wish he listened. That put us in purgatory for a couple of more years, but at least we all right now, But we could have made the stretch of buns a little less. So I mean, hey, shit, Julio, AJ. Because Pete was great, but the thing about Peter Warrick is everybody on the team was good. He had Travis Minor in the backfield. He made it to the pros. Winky's old ass, the line. He played on one of the greatest college football teams we had ever seen. So, especially for me, I already knew. No offense to Vic, I still knew they was going to lose that game. And I knew Mike Vick a bad motherfucker. He from the crib. We build #1 picks out the news. So, but I knew he won't be able to fuck with Florida State, and he tried his damnedest. But if I pick like the best teams of all time in college football, that's a top 10 team. So. And once Pete went to Cincinnati, I knew that was it. Because at that time, Cincinnati was purgatory. I remember all the way back in the 1994 draft with Big Daddy Dan Wilkerson was the #1 pick by the Bengals. I said, he was #1. You gotta remember. Hold on, let me see. Then make sure it's the making sure it's the 94 joint. Making sure I got my stuff right. Man, they up here loading Dan Wilkerson, attorney at law. Man, y'all know damn well who we talking about. Man, we talking about the football player, dude. What talking about? No damn lawyer. Shut y'all dumbasses up. This shit done told me a whole nother person. God damn, I know he got a Wikipedia. Yep, this is 94. And now I watched that 94 draft and I was like, him? No. Because that was the year Marshall Faulk. That was his draft. And Marshall Faulk was on ESPN every weekend, dazzling with San Diego State. So I don't know, man. I wouldn't agree. And I watched Dan Wilkerson because I want to say that was 94. That was like when Ohio State had like a lot of talent. Those were the Eddie George, Terry Glenn, Joey Galloway. Like they had a squad then. Ricky Dudley. They had a real good ass team at that time. David Boston during that time. Man, I used to watch Wilkerson, man, lay down on plays and not give his effort. But hey, man, I ain't no executive, man. You pick who you want to pick. You better know the results though. Because I mean, hey. I know it's some players I believed in that'll fail. I already told y'all about basketball with the Rudy Gay section. So, so in football, that's been the same thing. But I ain't gonna lie, for football, I'm a little bit better. Because some players, and we'll probably talk about this in the future, John. I'm gonna let y'all put some of that in. Some players that you believed in that end up working out pretty well. One player I can think of off the top was Patrick Peterson. Everywhere I saw him, he was beasting. So, so that's one of them ones. We're gonna say that for another one. And I don't know. I'm off again on Wednesday. I might go ahead and give y'all another episode. Probably not about no sports. If it is, it's just gonna be a little bit about these playoffs. but I'm gonna really Savard, the homie Savard Grimes put the bug in my ear last week talking about R&B, and I want to discuss R&B. Yeah, it's time to have that sit down, man, and let reborG get his thing going on. Oh Lord, Giannis out there dunking on everybody, 87-72. But we're gonna talk about this R&B, and y'all goofy asses don't sit around and try to act like y'all don't listen to no R&B. I know y'all peoples. I knew who y'all grew up with. You cleaned the house on Saturday with it. If it was just you and moms, you was listening to Mary J. Blige in that damn car. So shut up and have this damn discussion about shit that you already know and like. Appreciate everybody for showing up. Good numbers. Like, comment, subscribe, man. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Because, you know, sports commentary is good over here, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be out here telling you no goofball shit just for the purpose of, you know, trying to get my numbers up. You're going to get the real spiel, man. You know what I'm saying? If you ask me, I'm going to tell you what's up. I don't give a fuck what team you bring up. What's up with Charlotte? We fired the coach. Good. He won't develop his shit. That was Melo making Bridges better. You ain't do shit with nobody else. So that's how we going to do it. No more drama, hit different now. I'm telling you, all the Mary J. Blige songs they all hit different once you become an adult. Unless you was, you know, fucked up in the head like me and thinking as an adult, as a kid, when you were listening, like, you know, going into the space, making your, you know, putting yourself in that person's position. You know, I'm a weirdo like that. But thanks again for everybody coming out. Much love and respect to all y'all, man. Be easy and be you, because that's all you could be. All right.